Hi everyone, most of you know me as Against Chemo from my Facebook page. My name is Jared. I'm 17 years old. When I was born with hypoplastic left heart. The left side of my heart actually never developed. I so about 6 months of age, I had a heart transplant. And growing up with a heart transplant was actually pretty normal. Other than I did take meds 3 times a day. Uh, it was Other than that, it was still pretty normal. I could do normal things, any kid could do, but and I had no problems either, no issues with the heart or anything until this past July 2014. I um I started getting really bad stomach pains, so bad I couldn't sleep at all. And about a week after the pain started, we went to the emergency room. A couple days after that, we found out that I had cancer. And and I wanted to think about it, think what path I wanted to take and everything, and just relax from all the testing. And the doctors wouldn't even let us go home and think about it. They, said that they wanted us to do chemo the next day, ASAP. So I thought, well, I'll try it, because then I could always stop. And I did 1 round of chemo, 1 month, and during that month I had really bad side effects. I got really bad mouth sores. Um, my gums would swell up so bad that I couldn't even eat. I could barely even drink. And then I had a really bad bone pain. That was definitely the worst thing. All throughout my body, I had really bad bone pain. I couldn't walk. I could barely even stand without someone helping me up. And overall, I just couldn't do the things I like to do, you know. And I was in the hospital 24/7 on top of that, um, and also they wouldn't even let the pregnant nurses come near me, and the nurses who would come take care of me would wear full suits, almost like hazmat suits and masks and stuff. And I thought, if they're that concerned with the chemo about catching something from it, I guess, then why would they put it in my body and even in other patients, you know, bodies? So between that and the pain, I stopped and I started doing the natural advanced medicine. And what I do now is I wake up in the morning and I have a juice, all organic vegetable juice. It varies. It could be either carrot mixed in with some spinach or broccoli or beet, whatever. And I have those juices about 2-3 times a day on top of organic green tea I drink. Um, I take a lot of supplements, a lot of vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D3, and even I have there's a drink I take which is it's called Vitality C. It's vitamin C in a powder, and you put it in water, and you mix it around, and and you drink it, and that's actually equal to 8 pills of vitamin C. And then I jump on the rebounder, which is like a mini trampoline. I do that for about 3 to 5 minutes a day. I walk, I go hiking a lot, and sometimes I'll even drink baking soda, which actually helps. And now I want to introduce my mom, who has quit her job actually to help me through this, and help with all my natural medicines and everything. And here she is.
Hi everyone. Just wanted to touch on a few mom-parent things that we went through with our kid here. When we were obviously told he had cancer, he had actually had bad stomach pains, which led to his appendix being taken out. So when his appendix were taken out, that's when they realized, okay, there's tumors, and he has stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And like Jared said, we wanted some time for him to heal from the appendix. He had just had his appendix removed, big surgery, a lot of pain, and we didn't even have time for that to recover. Like, no, we need to start chemo. We supported Jared. We talked to him about what it was going to be like. The doctors, of course, made it sound very easy, that there would be barely any side effect. In fact, the doctor told us that it would be easier than a heart transplant, a piece of cake. That is not the case. It was not like that at all. Well, at least for Jared. And that's what our story is all about to share with you guys, is we've decided to share this because everybody has their own right to choice, and Jared always says that he wants people to know, especially kids his age, right?
Yeah, and younger,
that there are choices, and he's not against people that want to do chemo. That's fine. It just wasn't the right path for him.
Right.
And one thing I got to say from a mom's perspective, it's been a life change for me. This is my full-time job. It was a hard decision for me to leave my career. I had a decent job. Working for actually a police department where I felt that I had a good retirement, and my husband and I discussed it, and we knew that when Jared said that he wasn't going to do chemo anymore, we weren't just going to go home and let him die. There had to be a way, there had to be something to do to help. And what I learned is, after we came home and my husband went off to work at 4:30 every morning, I became my own teacher, and I went online and I started researching, and there's a world of knowledge out there. I mean, things that I was learning about vitamin B17 found in apricot seeds, to coffee enemas, to cannabis oil, to juicing, to organic food, to the rebounder, the cellulizer that's behind Jared there. He does that every day. That moves his lymphatic system, that gets the toxins out of him. His infrared sauna, that thankfully we have borrowed that from our friend. He does it every day for 30 minutes a day. We are diligent with his care. Cancer doesn't take a day off, neither do we. And Jared, I mean, we've incorporated so many things, including a healer. Jared sees a healer about once a month, our friend Alex, and has incorporated prayer, has incorporated meditation. I mean, so many things to help, because our cells respond to everything negative. So we've done a whole life change. Our family has done a whole life change. We've learned about oil pulling. We just started oil pulling, which helps remove the toxins out of your body. We've changed. We don't use any kind of chemicals as far as laundry detergent anymore, deodorant. I suggest you do what I did one day. The light bulb kind of went off, and I went into our cabinet and I pulled out boxes of cereal and I started Googling the ingredients. And when I saw the ingredients, I realized what was in our house, and that I was poisoning my family. And that's how we got really started hardcore, that we're going to do this the best we can and give it our all. And Jared has always been my teacher and always will be my teacher. And my husband and I are so thankful that he's brought us on this journey. We say all the time that we've learned so much from him. And I hope, as his mom, that you guys take certain things away that you can use in your life or spread the knowledge. There's no doubt in my mind that you can beat cancer naturally. Some people don't survive with it naturally, but some people don't survive with it naturally with chemotherapy either. What they didn't tell Jared is, yes, he had a 70% chance, I think, of living with chemo. Is that what they said, or 80%?
I think that's 70.
Yeah, and they didn't tell us that that was only for 5 years. So when we found out that was for 5 years, Jared said to us, I'm not going through all this torture for the next year of my life to maybe live 5 years. And I'll never forget when he looked at the cardiologist, when he looked at the oncologist, and he said, can you guarantee I won't die here? I mean, I feel like I'm going to die every time I'm admitted. I mean, he had high fevers, his white count was nothing, violently ill. And he said, no, you can't. So when Jared decided to stop chemo and he had them pull the PICC line out of his arm, they told my son how he was going to die, right?
Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
They pretty much said that it would feel like I was drowning underwater. Yeah, he actually asked me, have you ever, like, been in a pool or whatever, been underwater and held your breath? That's what it'll feel like when you're dying until you die. And I was like, and then I just thought, like, well, how would you know that that's how it's gonna be, and that I'm even gonna die? And no one knows when you're gonna die or how it'll be. So
I just couldn't believe as they were saying this, and I'm sitting there in shock and thinking, how much more am I going to let them say to my son? I knew it was important for Jared to stick up for himself and feel that. And when he looked at them and said, I don't believe that, I just thought that was amazing. I'm so proud that he's on this journey for all of us to learn, including all of you. And I just want to again thank you guys, and we will continue to do all this stuff to share our journey with you and our ups and downs, because it seems pretty easy, but it's not easy. This is a lot of work, and Jared some days has rashes, detox rashes. Right now he's got one on his back. It comes and goes. Sometimes he gets them on his face. It's a small price to pay, though, for everything we're doing.
It's definitely better than being in the hospital.
That's for sure. And, we pack all this good stuff to eat when we're on the go. A lot of times it's crazy. We're hitting one doctor, going to another doctor. I mean, we're out and about. And it's really been a lifestyle change, right? I mean, it's just been, we have to think about it all the time. But we've also embraced this journey. I know Jared has, Phil, as far as I'm too. Cancer has been a blessing for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought I would say that, especially as his mom. But we've changed so much, and we've grown to realize that there's so many alternative treatments out there. As Jared calls them, advanced medicine. He calls them advanced medicine because we were told by our very dear friends, the Bollinger family, we were told, this has been around for years, since biblical times.
Yeah,
so this is really advanced medicine.
Since the beginning of time, really.
It's not alternative. This shouldn't be called alternative. And so, again, we thank you. We will continue to make these videos, and we encourage you to see a naturopath. Our naturopath is wonderful. They will guide you. They will help you find a doctor that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
You have a choice. This is your body. It's your choice. And our naturopath has guided us, has made me feel like I'm not the only, person out there dealing with this and helping my son along. And what I like about the natural treatments is you can keep a closer eye on what's going on inside the body instead of waiting 3 to 6 months for a PET scan. You can get a thermography every month. You can get blood tests. Jared gets blood tests every 2 weeks. Some people do MRIs instead of the CAT scans. I mean, you can have a closer eye, and what's great about the natural treatments is if that last test doesn't look as good as the previous test, then you can change up your regimen. It's not, and you don't have to worry about waiting for that 3 to 6 months to come up for that next appointment at the doctor. So we really keep close tabs on Jared. He's about to come up on a 6-month anniversary. They told him
I had 6 months to live if I didn't do chemo.
Yeah, they said he'd have about 6 months to live. He would be, bedridden. They asked us to call in hospice. It will be 6 months, January 22nd. And as you can see, I don't really think I need to call hospice. Here's to a great new year, and for not giving up and keep fighting. We will have the faith, just like we will have the faith for all of you. And we'll continue on with our journey. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.